This is just to run through the absolute value of x inside a function. So y equals f of the absolute value of x. Now, what this function is actually doing, when you absolute value x, that means you're making all the x's, that means that you're subbing the x's in and you're making all the x's positive before you sub into your function. So what that actually means is what you get for positive x is the same as what you get for minus x when you sub it in. So by the same, I mean you get the same y value regardless as if you sub in positive x or if you sub in minus x. See, if you put in minus x equals minus 2 into, you get y equals the absolute value of minus 2, which will be f of 2. So that means you're subbing in f of 2. But if you put in 2, you get y equals f of the absolute value of 2, which is f of 2. So you're subbing 2 in. So you should get the same result. So this function here is actually an even function because you get the same on both sides, regardless as if you put in a negative or if you put in a positive. You get the same resulting y value. So let's just say, for example, let's say I sketch this curve here. We go like that through there. Okay, so that one goes through minus 3 and that one goes through 2. Now, really, with this here, basically what it means is f of x equals f of minus x. It will be even. And because it is even, if I look at this side of the graph, which is the positive side, all I've got to do then is take that and I just reflect it in the other half. So I've just got to reflect it. I'm reflecting it in the y-axis. So you take the positive half. Just got to get a... So you take the positive half of the curve and then you reflect it. You reflect it in the y-axis. So I just get a really strong colour there. So I take the positive half of the graph, which is like that, and it's got to go through 2, and then I reflect it in the y-axis, so it'll go through minus 2. That there would be f in absolute value of x. Okay, so let's just look at another one. Okay, let's draw this like this. So this is f of x, and we want to draw y equals f of the absolute value of x. So you take the positive half of the graph, which is that one, and then you reflect it. So you take the positive half of the graph, and then the next step on this is you have to reflect in the y-axis. So when you reflect this in the y-axis, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're actually going through the same thing, but you reflect it so it'll have symmetry. So if you fold it in half, it'll be exactly the same graph on both sides. See there and there. So one more. Okay, what could we draw? Let's maybe draw an absolute value graph like that. Okay, so that's f of x. So if I want to draw f of the absolute value of x, take the positive half of the graph, so that would be there, and reflect it, so it's exactly symmetrical, and that would be the absolute value of x.